Ah.
Hey guys.
Hi.
So tonight we are playing with one of my Christmas presents. Lisa got me some game crates. And
Which are mystery.
one of them is Madmen and Heroes.
They have two different choices. They have Craaaft and then they have another one. So there's two different actual kind of game product lines or whatever you want to call it. All right, so this one that we purchased is Craaaft, and it stands for Center for Research and Archives of Anecdotal Folktales. So this one actually is supposed to have some history. You're supposed to actually kind of like learn a little bit while you play. So if someone likes history, like we all love history, you learn about like
just different things.
Yeah, different things. So
we haven't,
and I think it's supposed to actually, if I'm not mistaken, this is one of the ones that's supposed to have some sort of
artifact.
I
don't know. We haven't cracked it open yet. We haven't really gotten into it yet.
No, we basically just took the plastic, or the paper, the stickers off.
Can I tell you?
We're not going to show gameplay. We are basically going to, well, let me rephrase that. We're not going to play it and show in its entirety
while filming.
we'll show you a little bit of it, and we'll show you a little bit here and there. But we're going to tell you how we like it and so on and so forth, and give you a review of it. And we're also going to go ahead and put a link in the description below. So if you want to check it out, it's down there and you can check it out. It may or may not be an affiliate. I don't know where they can click on it and maybe help us out a little bit. I don't know. Maybe.
Can I tell you something?
What's up?
A while back when Daddy got this, I thought this guy on the cover looked like a guy that ate too many blueberries with the leaves on them.
It does look that way. So, looking at it, it's a pretty cool art piece, actually. Even just the box.
It
looks
the
like
box.
an elf.
This is the box design is by Oarfish, OARFISH, Oarfish Design.
Oarfish Design. We'll put that around there. So, and here's the discover more at Madmen and Heroes.
What does the side say? Miss Lydia Lore, director of the craft.
I'll show you that as well.
And this is actually how it was shipped. It just has a piece of tape there and then had a shipping label on the back. So this is how it actually arrived.
Yeah. Oh, and here's the other side of it that we were talking about. That's what Craaaft stands for.
Yeah, and they've got, so that's one line of games. And then they have another line as well that you can
Let's
choose from.
open it.
So we're gonna open it up here and see what we got here.
Okay,
Show
open
the
it.
inside.
Open it.
Can you hand it to me?
Open it.
Hand it to me. Mom.
Open it.
Okay. Well, is that a gourd?
Looks like a gourd.
What's that?
So
What's a gourd?
here's what we got on the inside.
Don't drop the gourd, whatever it is. I don't know what a gourd is.
It's a plastic gourd.
So where's the artifact?
So here
I don't
is
know if this is it or not.
Oh, Transla.
here is the resources.
I am
All
not a
right.
fan.
So we got a little resource card.
A little warning also.
And it does have a warning on here. It says, confused, befuddled, impatient. Find hits and solutions. And it gives us a URL to look at. And it shows us a list. So let's make sure that we have everything. It has an instruction letter. So
the spider.
oh, the next one.
Oh, no.
That's pretty cool. It actually has like little puzzles on the back.
Spiders.
Oh, more spiders. Oh.
We'll put these all right in front of Kaylee.
Oh yeah,
No,
more
no.
spiders. Oh yeah.
Alright, Kaylee, you're hurting me.
Oh, this one I don't like. Ooh, that one I don't like either. Look at that one. Oh,
I like the flowers that it's with.
yeah.
Here, you hold the
That
gourd to
one,
comfort you.
Yeah. Hold the cord. Hold the cord. Oh, it's a little
Turn the cards over.
spider necklace.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a spider necklace. I'm sure Kaylee is going to want to wear that to school
No,
every day.
I hate
The
gourd. Oh, there's something inside.
Huh?
Wow. There. Huh. Apparently, they knew we were in Florida. They gave us a nice picture of alligators.
It said something about alligators on one of the
Alligators.
cards. I meant crocodile.
Alligator,
These cards were
crocodile.
supposed to be in a
Crocodile
certain
riddles.
order.
I doubt it. We have a bunch of things.
We
bunch
do
of paper.
not know what to do.
So let's see if we can find the introduction line. I believe that's probably
It
it.
says, Dear Craft Investigator.
All
So
right.
I'm assuming that's it.
Yeah.
And it
Yep.
seems like this is the January, and I'm going to let you try to pronounce the,
The name,
the,
that right there,
yes.
it's Anansi.
Isian?
That's as good as I would get.
Anansi?
Anansi.
Not.
Anansi?
Yeah.
Anansi. Dear Craft Investigator, through our ongoing research, it has come to our attention that there is a serious issue with folklore, myth, and indeed all stories of this world. The situation is dire, but it is also a problem whose nature has been exceptionally difficult to detect. It seems that all new stories have been taken and are being held far from where anyone can access them. We were not aware of this problem at first, but over the last several years we have been tracking all stories per normal protocol, and a disturbing trend has emerged. It seems that instead of new stories being shared, all stories currently available are stories that have already been told. Although this phenomenon is not unique, and it has been common for many stories to be retold over the centuries, in the past the retelling of tales has included new information, unique analysis, or further insight from the tales that were told before. Now, however, it seems that all tales told are simply exact retelling of stories that have been documented previously. This has been a subtle shift, but in your investigative role, you may have noticed a trend lately of remaking existing films. The common
I think that's very funny, actually.
parlance?
Yes, Parlay.
The common parlance for this occurrence is a reboot, that we have discovered that instead of the previously suspected root cause of laziness and greed, it seems that these reboots are happening with such alarming frequency currently because new, untold stories cannot be accessed. As a consequence of this disturbing trend, our offices have done extensive research and found the base cause for this issue to be coming from Africa, where the spider god Anansi has taken all the stories of the land to keep for himself. Anansi is difficult to bargain with, but he is a deal maker and a trickster. He has struck a deal with us. He has given us a series of stories that are incomplete, and in order to unlock them, we must complete the tasks he has set before us. If you are able to solve the puzzles and mysteries before you, you will be given the end of each tale, and all new stories will once again be free to be told. Please see an image below of one of Anansi's many forms for your use in identifying him. And it has a picture of a spider.
I'd rather not do this around.
It says, please work quickly to solve the conundrums before you, for we are currently reviewing our list of situation comedies from the era including 1980 to 2000 with ever-growing dread at the thought of the retelling of many of these tales. However, I would love to see a Friends reboot.
I know. Well,
Okay.
but would we really want to see a Seinfeld reboot?
What's that mean?
Friends, yes. Is what I'm saying.
Friends, sure,
yes.
but Seinfeld, not so much. Wasn't a
What do
fan.
you mean?
It's from you're far too young.
We count on your expertise to free new and compelling stories that will entertain and inform us anew, and allow us to avoid reliving some of the more bleak eras of storytelling. Gratefully, Miss Lydia Lohr, Director, Center for Research and Archives of Anecdotal Folktales.
Family Ties reboot wouldn't be so bad.
Hmm?
Anyway, all right. So number 2 here on our list is why Anansi is Nanny's net messenger. So that's that thing. I will let my lovely assistant read that as well.
Lovely
God.
mommy.
Oh, geez, oh, Pete. All these, like, names. Okay. I'm going to botch these, I'm sure. The sky god, Naim.
It sounds like name.
Yeah, Naim had 4 sons. Isam, Oiah, Osran, and Akakanen. Akakanen.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Akokonan. Akakonan. Akokonan? One of his children was night and one was day, while another was moon and the last was sunrise. So he had night, day, moon, and sunrise. Each of his children went out and successfully built their own villages, but Naim knew that he would have to pick one to be chief over them all. The villagers did not know that the children of Naim were sunrise, moon, day, and night, only that they were the sons of the sky god. Naim had a favorite child and wished to make him the chief, but he wanted all his subjects to believe that his favorite child was made chief only because he was the most deserving. So Naim sat on his royal stool and asked all of his subjects if any amongst them could guess his thoughts on who should be chief. None of his subjects stepped forward, but Anansi happened to be there and said he knew. Naim told Anansi to gather his sons and bring them forth, and Anansi left. In reality, Anansi had no idea what Naim's thoughts were, but he had a clever trick to find out. Anansi gathered feathers from many birds and covered himself with them, disguising himself to look like a bird, but one that no one had ever seen before. He flew above Naim's home, and when Naim saw him, he did not recognize Anansi. Naim watched the bird and said to himself that he wished that Anansi was there because he knew the name of every bird. As he thought more about Anansi, he began to wonder aloud how Anansi knew who his favorite son was and decided that Anansi should announce the chief to all his subjects. Once Anansi heard this plan, he flew away and took off his disguise. Anansi was very worried because he knew that when he announced the new chief, the sky god's subjects might not believe him. Now that he knew Naim's desire, he needed a plan to convince all the villagers and all the sons' villages that the favorite son should be chief. When the day came that the sun god called all his subjects together and announced that his messenger Anansi was going to tell them who the new chief was, Anansi was ready. Anansi was
I was gonna tell you that if Team Rocket, if like James was like a Nazi, I would actually be able to tell by
Anansi? How should we say that?
So apparently we have a Pokemon break.
I was gonna say that Team Rocket's size are dumb. And by the way, I can see through their sizes, but Ash can't.
Okay, we're not talking
We're going back to the game now.
We're not talking about
Okay.
Alright, since she's saying, and it sounds like Anansi. Anansi
Sure.
was no longer worried, but strutted about in front of the villagers, proud of his new position as messenger to Naim. All the subjects waited to hear Anansi what Anansi had to say. When Anansi finally spoke, there was not a sound from the crowd. "People of the sky god, hear me," announced Anansi. "I have come to share with you news of your new chief." The crowd murmured in excitement to hear the word of Naim. "I will share with all of you, but first you must prove to Naim that you have listened to him and heed his word. I will tell you of all the sky god's children, and from what I can tell you, Naim's desire will be known. Then you will all know Naim's thoughts and be able to tell Naim who the rightful chief will be." Anansi paused very dramatically, savoring this moment when all listened attentively to him. When he was certain the crowd was breathless, waiting for his next words, he continued.
What word are you on?
Akakonan and Owiya sometimes visit with the night. Akakonan also sees the sunrise. Both Osran and Night often see a glimpse of the day. Osran is not the sunrise. Anansi paused as the villagers considered this. As all eyes were upon the spider, he then triumphantly announced, "Remember, my friends, men will do evil when there is no light to show them at their deeds. When the moon shines bright, it is time for all to frolic and play. When the sun rises again, it is time for evil actions to come to light and for the settling of disputes. But when the day is bright, that is when all work will be done. Remember, this is all when you choose the chief the Nyame has selected." The villagers began to talk amongst themselves and agreed that their chief should be one that rules over all work being done so the villages would thrive. They came back and told Naim who they wanted for chief. Naim was very pleased with their choice, as it was his favorite son. He was so grateful to Anansi for cleverly helping the villagers to pick the correct child, and he gave them a rainbow for protection, declaring that Anansi would henceforth be his messenger. So who did they choose?
Her favorite child. What's her favorite?
All right,
child?
so it says Akanan and Owiya sometimes visit the night. So there's sunrise, moon, day, and night.
Mm-hmm.
So Akanan and Owiya sometimes visit the night. Akanan also
sees the sunrise. Both Osran and Night often see a glimpse of the day. Osran is not the sunrise. I mean, it can't be. So if Akanan sees the sunrise, and Osran is not the sunrise, I don't think neither one of them is sunrise. Correct. That means there's Owiya and Esam. It doesn't mention Esam at all. So is Esam the sun? The daylight? Okay, so here's the strange. There's Night that. So Night must be like. It doesn't talk about the night that much.
Guys.
All right, so we just finished up with the Madman and Heroes game.
The whole thing.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
So this. So we just. Oh yeah, we're not going to tell you a whole lot about it as far as the game is concerned.
that actual thing.
That actual game, but we're going to give you as kind of our impressions.
What we thought about it.
As long as Lisa can stay awake during this. So, okay, first of all, Kaylee, what did you think?
It was good. It's had some history in it, and all the stories in there are folk tales. Real folk tales.
Yes. So this one actually we did a little research pretty much after we were done with it, and it was all based on African folk tales, which is that's kind of cool, actually. So I thought that was kind of neat. What do you think?
I thought it was interesting.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting. Not exactly what I expected.
It wasn't what I expected either.
I expected
More history than folk tales.
yeah, I expected like more, I don't know, I guess American history or
Craft stands for folk tales.
I didn't know that's what that was whenever it came. I didn't know that's what it was whenever we got it.
Yeah, and I didn't really do a whole lot of research whenever I purchased it. She's eating her veggie sauce.
But anyway,
Right.
it took us a little while to do it. It was
between an hour and a half to 2 hours.
yeah. We spread it over 2 evenings because the puzzles were
Hard.
probably a little harder than what we anticipated.
Yeah.
It was grown-up stuff, of course.
Well, yeah. It was a little harder than we anticipated.
It has a little spider necklace, like Mommy played or told me when we were doing it.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was really fun. There's no replayability to it. It's one shot kind of a thing.
Yeah, because once you play it, unless you wait like several years and you've totally forgotten everything, then I mean you're gonna remember, and then it's just gonna be like, oh, this is how you do this, and okay, we can get to these answers pretty easily.
Yeah. The puzzles, I would say, they probably need to include a little more clearer of a hint in the actual documentation that comes with it.
Of what you're supposed to do.
I think it would be better. But all in all, it was fun. It was a good evening, together as a family. So yeah, I think it was fun. So, but anyway, I think that's about it. Wait, anything else that y'all want to say about it?
Would you get another one? Would you get another one? Or would you try their other line?
I would probably want to try their other line. I don't know. If it were more of if it were more along the lines of what I really thought it was, like a espionage or American history type thing, alternative history type
I'm gonna look up the other one.
type game, I think I would probably want to play something like that more so. But I don't know if I would want to go back down this path unless it was something. Yeah, I don't know that I would want to go back down this path again. I don't know that I would want to do another game of this one.
Let me see if the choose your adventure. Okay, so the other one is called the Resistance. So this is the Craaaft, and this is the other one is the Resistance. It says the Resistance is. It says, step into our parlor and relax for a bit. We have a tale to spin. Unique and compelling puzzles, lessons of resistance drawn from history can be played in groups or alone. Each month is a standalone challenge. Whereas the other one, learn about folklore from around the world.
See, I think the other one might be a little. I think the other one I might like better.
It's just tangled.
So we might try the other one eventually. I know we've got a couple of other ones that we're going to be trying as well. So stay tuned. So yeah, but I think that's probably it. So anything else?
I liked it.
No other words of wisdom.
Would you want to play it again? A different game.
A different type of this? Would you want to play another Craft type one, or do you want to try?
You want to learn about more folk tales?
Yeah, but I would not want to do a spider one.
Just different one. Yeah.
Yeah, and Mommy, would you like to do a craft one with snakes? So,
Yeah, I might tap out a snake one too. I don't think I would like that one either.
tell them no snakes or no spiders.
Or bugs.
Or bugs.
Fall backwards.
I hate bugs too.
But anyway.
Dun, dun, dun.
Anyway, I think we're good. I think that was fun. And if y'all want to know any more, I'll put the link down in the description below. And for y'all to check out. So I think that's it.
Yep.
So y'all have a good evening. We will talk to y'all later. Thank you all. And you all know what to do. Click like, subscribe.
Ring the bell. Ding, ding, ding.
For what? Notification.
Yeah, that's not going to be a thing. We're not ringing in the gourd. Thank you
It
all.
rhymes. It rhymes.
Thank you. Good night.
Daddy, it rhymes.
I know. Good night. Talk to you
Good
later.
night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you next Dizzy time. Same Dizzy time.
See you next Disney time. Next Disney adventure on the
Bye.
same Disney channel.
Something.
Bye.
Same Dizzy time. Same Dizzy channel. Bye.
Bye.